Hello everyone, welcome to EduHunt video lecture series. We are going to discuss about the next phylum, that is Annelida. Annelida అనగానే ఫస్ట్ మనకు గుర్తొచ్చే animal or organism, that is earthworm. We can say that it is the phylum of earthworm. Earthworm phylum. It is the body is segmented and the segments are ring-like, and true segmentation is seen in this phylum, and the segments are called metameres, and the segmentation is known as metamerism, and number of segments are fixed and new segments are not added and the old ones are not removed, and this segmentation is said to be true segmentation, and the true segments are called metameres. Term Annelida was first coined by the scientist Lamarck, and aquatic or terrestrial animals were included. They may be free living or parasites. Triploblastic structure, body wall is triploblastic, that is ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm are there. The symmetry is bilateral symmetry, and locomotory structures are setae or parapodia. These are the locomotory structures. This is an example called Nereis. Nereis, it is Aphrodite and leech. These are the three examples of pictures of the phylum Annelida. And body plan is tube within tube. మనం ఎస్కెల్మెంతిస్లో కూడా చూసాము, ట్యూబ్ విదిన్ ట్యూబ్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ బాడీ ప్లాన్ ఉంది, ఇక్కడ కూడా అలానే ఉంది. దీస్ ఆర్ ద ఫస్ట్ ట్రూ సీలోమేట్స్. True coelomates, true coelom is present, and the type of coelom. True coelom ante that organizes, that originates from the body wall, that is mesoderm, not the blastocoel. Mana Aschelminthes lo blastocoel giving rise to the coelom chusam. That is called pseudocoelom, but it is the actual and true coelom called the schizocoelom, and the second kind of coelom is enterocoelom. ikkada schizocoelom ante mesoderm split avvadam valla, splittings nunchi arise aina coelom body cavity, that is true coelom, because the coelom is arising from the splitting of the mesoderm called schizocoel, where enterocoel comes from the sacs, overgrowth or the sac-like structures, bag-like structures that come from the mesoderm. That comes from, that is seen in from arthropoda to chordata. That kind of is seen in echinodermata. It is very prominent, enterocoel, and true coelom, schizocoel, is present in Annelida. And alimentary canal is well differentiated with the mouth and prominent anus. And respiration occurs through gills or bronchi or cirri or the moist skin. And excretory structure, nephridia. These are the excretory structures. And body blood vascular system first time developed in this phylum only. Annelida is the first phylum which develops the blood vascular system, that is circulatory system. And blood pigment is dissolved in plasma. There are no రెడ్ బ్లడ్ కార్పసల్స్. మనకి ఆర్బీసీ ఉంటుంది కదా బాడీలో, బ్లడ్లో. ఆర్బీసీ హ్యాస్ టూ కాంపోనెంట్స్. వన్ ఈజ్ ద ప్రోటీన్ కాంపోనెంట్, గ్లోబిన్ అంటాము. హీమ్ కాంపోనెంట్, దట్ ఈస్ ఐరన్ కంటైనింగ్ పార్ట్, అంటే పిగ్మెంట్ ఉంటుంది. హీమోగ్లోబిన్ ఈజ్ ద పిగ్మెంట్ పార్ట్. అందులో బ్లడ్లో పిగ్మెంట్ ఉంటుంది, బ్లడ్ సెల్స్లో ఉంటుంది. ఇక్కడ మనకు వచ్చేటప్పటికి అనెలిడాలో there are no RBC, there are no cells, but the pigment dissolved in the plasma. The blood vascular system is open, it may be open or closed type of blood vascular system. Open ante body cavity lo flow అవుతూ ఉంటుంది, and if it is closed, it flows in the, it circulates, blood circulates through the vessels and arteries, veins, like the tubes. Out of 4 major types of pigments, respiratory pigments, hemoglobin, the first one, and hemoerythrin, second, chlorocrurin, third. All the 3 types of respiratory pigments are seen in the phylum Annelida. Hemocyanin is absent. It is only found in phylum Arthropoda and Mollusca. Only three respiratory pigments, that is hemoglobin and hemoerythrin, chlorocrurin. Hemocyanin is absent. It is an important bit, and hemoglobin or the respiratory pigment is dissolved in plasma. It is not present in red blood corpuscles. It is also an important question. And blood vascular system was first developed in the phylum Annelida. This is very important. And nervous system includes central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, and autonomous nervous system. All the 3 types of nervous systems are seen in this phylum, that is Annelida. And ventral nerve cord is ganglionated. Ganglion are present in the ventral nerve cord. And unisexual, the forms may be unisexual or bisexual. They may carry single sex, or they may be hermaphrodite, that is bisexual. Reproduction is usually sexual mode of reproduction, and fertilization may be external or internal. That is, fertilization may occur within the animal, or the egg and sperm may be released into the surrounding water. The egg may be fertilized with the sperm. Development may be direct or indirect. In indirect, there is a larva development. The larva is called the trochophore. Examples are Pheretima, that is common earthworm, Hirudinaria, it's a leech, and Nereis, commonly called as sandworm. And these are the general features, and the phylum Annelida is divided into 3 classes. Class Polychaeta, Oligochaeta, and the third class Hirudinea. And first one is the class Polychaeta. Polychaeta, poly means many, chaeta means chaeta-like structures. They help in locomotion. All the animals of this class are marine, and locomotory structures are parapodia. Head is very much differentiated, and it bears eyes. And clitellum is absent, which is a very important feature of the phylum. Clitellum is absent in this class. These are carnivores, and blood vascular system is closed type. As I mentioned that the blood flows in the tubes. Unisexual, that is dioecious, male and female individuals are different, and fertilization is external, that is present in the fertilization occurs in water, and development is indirect antene formation of larva in the developmental stages, and the larva is the trochophore. The class Polychaeta, they produce, the animals of the class Polychaeta produce larva in their lifetime and during developmental stages, and the larva is the trochophore. Neanthis or Nereis, it is commonly called as rugworm or the sandworm or the clamworm. and in breeding season it is called heteronereis because it appears different during breeding season. Second example of this class is Chaetopteris. First one is the Nereis or Neanthis called rugworm, clamworm, sandworm. Second example of this class Polychaeta is Chaetopteris, commonly called paddleworm. It shows bioluminescence. Very important question. Bioluminescence it shows, and Aphrodite. It is commonly called sea mouse, and Aphrodites also it is the name of the Greek goddess of beauty and goddess of fertility and also love. They kept the name to the annelid and commonly called sea mouse. Aphrodite, commonly called sea mouse, belongs to the class Polychaeta of the phylum Annelida. And Erenicola, lugworm, it is commonly called lugworm, and Sabella and Polygodius, and there is another name, Polygodius. It is named due to absence of parapodia, and it is also classified in a specific separate class, that is Arachiannelida, because lack of this parapodia, absence of parapodia, it is kept in a separate class, that is Arachiannelida or Archiannelida, that is separate from normal Annelida, Archiannelida. Class Oligochaeta. Poly means many, oligo means few, oligo few, chaeta setae, and these are terrestrial, and parapodia are also absent. Head is not differentiated, eyes are not present, and solivorous animals, and clitellum is present throughout the life, and bisexual forms are common, and fertilization happens to be external in the cocoon. ఇందాక మనం చూసింది external fertilization, that is in the water, but here external fertilization takes place in the cocoon. Development is direct, that is larva is absent, and the best example of this class Oligochaeta is earthworm, that is commonly seen in the vermicompost and the soil. Pheretima is the scientific name of earthworm, Pheretima posthuma, and Megascolex marischei. These are the scientific names of earthworms. And Lubricus, European earthworm, and Megascolex, that is South Indian earthworm, and Tubifex. It lives in the muddy or highly polluted water. It can tolerate very few amount of oxygen, and hence it is used as an indicator of oxygen and indicator of water pollution, because if it is present in that water, it indicates that there is a little oxygen in the water. That is, it indicates the pollution indicator. It can be used as a pollution indicator, that is Tubifex. It is an annelid of the class Oligochaeta. It is bright red in color. Because of that, it is commonly called bloodworm, bright red in color. And next one is a class, third class, last class, that is Hirudinea, and best example is Hirudinaria, that is the common leech. Hirudin, that is an anticoagulant present in the saliva of the leech. ఇక్కడ ఈ విషయం చెప్పాలి పర్టిక్యులర్గా. Leech are the sucking animals, worms. These are sucking worms. They suck the blood with the help of some suckers present on the mouth. They attach to the skin and suck the blood, human blood. So we have an adaptation that our blood, if something happens, that some wound is there on the skin, on the body, our blood system immediately activates the coagulation system, immediately activates clotting system, activates all the clotting factors, calcium, platelets, all these they act in a cascade way. They come to the site of the wound and immediately they start sealing the wound. They prevent the loss of water. But we have an anticoagulant in the blood itself, that is, while flowing in the vessels, while flowing in the arteries, the blood should not get coagulate. అది coagulate clumps form అయిపోకూడదు. To prevent that, we have an anticoagulant in the body, that is natural anticoagulant, that is called heparin in the body. Because of that anticoagulant, our body is free of clots and the blood is free of clots and it freely flows in the vessels or any tubes in the body. But how this leech is sucking the blood continuously from the body? How could it take the blood from the body? How could it be able to take the blood from the body without sealing the wound, without causing the sealing or without causing coagulation? That is presence of hirudin. అంటే ఇప్పుడు మనకి కానీ చిన్న దెబ్బ తగిలిన బాడీ మీద బ్లడ్ కోయాగ్యులేషన్ జరిగి బ్లడ్ క్లాట్ అయిపోయి ఆ గాయం మానిపోతుంది, సీల్ అయిపోతుంది. అక్కడి నుంచి కొంతసేపటికి బ్లడ్ కారడం ఆగిపోతుంది, రక్తం గడ్డ కట్టేస్తుంది. అక్కడ రక్తం గడ్డ కట్టడం వల్ల బ్లడ్ లాస్ అనేది జరగదు ఎక్కువగా. మరి ఈ జలగలు రక్తాన్ని పీల్చినప్పుడు బ్లడ్ అంటే బాడీ మీద చిన్న కట్ చేయకుండా అవి పీల్చగలవా? పీల్చలేవు. మరి కట్ చేయగానే మన బాడీలో ఉన్న కోయాగ్యులేషన్ అంటే బ్లడ్ క్లాటింగ్ ఫ్యాక్టర్స్ ఇవన్నీ యాక్టివేట్ అయిపోయి క్లాట్ చేయాలి కదా, బ్లడ్ని అక్కడ వూండ్ని సీల్ చేయాలి కదా, అది జరగట్లేదు. రీజన్ ఏంటి అంటే హిరుడిన్ అనే యాంటీకోయాగ్యులెన్ ఈ సెలైవాలో ఉంటుంది, జలగ సెలైవాలో ఉంటుంది. లీచ్కి సెలైవాలో ఈ హిరుడిన్ అనే ఈ యాంటీకోయాగ్యులెంట్ ఉండడం వల్ల ఇది రిలీజ్ చేసి బ్లడ్ని కోయాగ్యులేట్ అవ్వకుండా చేస్తుంది. దానివల్ల బ్లడ్ ఈజీగా స్ట్రాతో తాగినట్టు, మనం కూల్ డ్రింక్ తాగినట్టు ఇది తాగేస్తుంది బ్లడ్ని. And second is Seta and Parapodia are absent. It is also an important feature of this class Hirudinia. Aquatic forms are present, mostly marine forms, and head not differentiated, and there are 5 pairs of eyes present. And sanguivorous means blood sucking animals. Ectoparasites that are present on the body. They suck the blood from the external surface of the body. They usually act as ectoparasites on the body of the vertebrates. BVS is open type blood vascular system. BVS means blood vascular system is open type and is called hemocoelomic system. And clitellum develops only during breeding season. Clitellum is present only, it develops only during breeding season. Bisexual, and fertilization is internal and development is direct. That means there is no larva in the developmental stage. Hirudinaria, that is example of this class Hirudinia. Hirudinaria, commonly called leech, and number of segments are 33 in the body, and these are constant. Botryoidal tissue, that is excretory tissue present, and Hirudo, European leech. Hirudo is another example, that is European leech. And Pontobdella, it is an ectoparasite on fish. Besides Annelida, the metameric segmentation is also shown by the members of the phylum Arthropoda and phylum Chordata. Arthropoda, Chordata and Annelida, these are the 3 phyla which show segmentation, that is metamerism. With this, we have finished discussion about the phylum Annelida. Annelida ante true segments unnai indulo, body lo true segmentation undi, and the segments are called the metameres, and the segmentation is called metamerism. And the development may be direct or indirect, and fertilization may be external or internal. And the next one is presence of true coelom, that is schizocele type of coelom is seen in Annelida phylum. And the Annelida is classified into three classes: Polychaeta, Oligochaeta, and Hirudinea. These are the three classes of Annelida, and each one has separate characteristics. And usually they focus on these separate characteristics of each class. All the best. Keep going. Learn well and perform well. All the best once again.